Hello and welcome to a very special interview. Throughout the period of COVID, the 2.5+ long years that the world has gone through, there are very few individuals who've done more than Vikram Sahney. He is an entrepreneur, a businessman, but throughout this period, he made it his business to help others. And that takes an incredible spirit, a spirit of willing to share, a spirit of willing to care for others and reach out and change the lives of people who would otherwise have suffered even more. It's wonderful to catch up with him over here at the World Economic Forum in Davos. Thanks very much for being with us. You know, we were chatting on our programs some time back, and it seems a little bit more positive now. Yes, COVID is a concern, it's not gone away, but it's not as desperate as things were some time back. That must fill your heart with a lot of happiness, considering the work that you did to save people.
Yes, it was, a great challenge, because the world has, although the world thought and it was predicted that world can face any time a pandemic, but still I think we were not well prepared for any calamity, and we have constraints on Indian health system, rural sector, and we have seen, especially in the second phase, there was a lot of demand supply gap between the oxygen health facilities, but I think we have come a long way and we did our best. In fact, my engagement in World Economic Forum Davos is basically, NGOs are okay, like ours is an NGO, but now I've been thinking that we are engaging tomorrow on the social enterprises, because I see in India, whereas in like Europe, over 2.8 million social enterprises generate 12% of the employment. But in India, we see that the social enterprise basically means that where your objective is to make a social impact.
Right.
And okay, it should be a self-sustaining model. Whereas in NGOs like we did COVID work, we were just paying off the oxygen and other. But whether it is a rural health program, social equality, sanitation, improving air quality, water, preserving water resources, because in India now, even Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Punjab, we have a water issue with all this, and they say that this Hindu Kush Himalayas, with all these emissions, the glaciers will melt away in 50 years. Very scary. So I think social enterprises is the answer. So we should have social enterprises in med tech, edge tech, agri-tech, clean tech, and why not even in agriculture, which is a backbone of India, we can have a social, cooperatives, small cooperatives, or a lot of these problems and this will spur the rural demand, which is now lagging behind in our V-shaped recovery.
So, it's interesting what you say, because the sense is that if you spend on a social enterprise, then it's just cash out. Whereas the point that you make is that cash out in the immediate run will result in an economically more viable situation for communities of people who would then be much more productive in returning to the economy, or smaller companies returning to the economy. So it's sound business sense in a way.
Okay, you can say it makes a business sense, but I am advocating social enterprise for Indian development in the health and rural and whatever I said, in a way that it is not only payout, but it is a business model, but the objective is to make a social impact. But at the same time, it is self-sustaining, because today it was in COVID, I could muster say 1,000 concentrators. We could do this, we could build oxygen, the mobile testing things, echo machines, oxygen plants, but not all the time. Like we did a lot of other work, like for Afghan refugees, and we are doing for skilling. But now if the social enterprise will be more long lasting, it will be more sustainable, because what will happen after me, and like many NGOs.
But tell me, the other area that you helped people was during the Afghanistan crisis. You were responsible in bringing back people and rehabilitating, and not just members of the Sikh community. Anybody you could help.
We sent 3 flights, and Then we are rehabilitating them. We started a program, My Family, My Responsibility.
doing?
It's very good. It's now 2 years. This is why the social enterprise came to me. That, what will happen after me, or after I'm not able to take out this large chunk, Okay, it is by God's grace. People are large-hearted, by the time Indians are basically, and even, I will say Punjabis, or also all the communities.
Yeah.
But how long? Because now we are skilling them, and we are trying to rehab. It has been already 2 years.
Do
There
you
are
consider this- do you do this
523 families,
Yeah.
but I'm worried about them after, means how long
Can you sustain
we
your
can
assistance?
we can keep on paying their
Is
household
that-
rents and medical and all that.
Is that a real worry for you, that you can't indefinitely be
No,
supporting
I'm
so
not
many
worried
people?
by God's grace, but I'm just talking a more sustainable model that, the social enterprise is lacking in
Right,
India.
right.
And that is what the opening session in Davos is all about.
Yes.
So we need to have collaborations, joint ventures. I'm worried about farmers. There's so much of talk of this MSP, the farmers' plight. But why can't we have a social enterprise on food preservation? The small cooperatives. I was reading in Brazil, in South Africa, the Zero Hunger Project. So we can emulate the project that, say, 30 farmers get together.
Yeah.
We have some venture capital. We are donating money like this, it is much better to put in a social enterprise.
Sure.
Then there is a rural economy. Now they are preserving the fruits or vegetables, or pulses,
Right.
or horticulture,
Right.
and then they process them and then they supply.
Sure.
It's like, so that social enterprise will be more sustainable, and it will spur
Sure.
if India wants to grow, at 8%, 9%. So I personally feel that with the, multilateralism taking a somehow backseat, with ineffectiveness of UN, bodies like WTO, because I was president of ICC India chapter, we have seen emergence of these BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa is one block, G20 is block, now Prime Minister is going to Quad tomorrow. So then China is one belt, one road. So we are seeing these small blocks, whereas the concept, the Davos is all about globalization and the multilateralism. That is missing, and I think with the Afghanistan crisis and now with Russia and Ukraine, the global commodity prices are like way above.
Yeah.
We have the oil crisis, we have even edible oil crisis. The
Right.
countries are now banning the export
Right.
of even palm oil. India had to ban export of wheat. So I think somewhere there has to be emphasis on multilateralism, and that are the deliberations being held.
It's been wonderful speaking to you. It always is. And thank you so much for being as generous as you are. From the heart. Dil se, right?